Anxiety attacks are legitimate psychiatric emergencies.
Let me tell you something. Nowadays, everybody's got to go to shrinks. Whatever happened to Gary Cooper? The strong, silent type.
Hello, fellow writers. Welcome back to Get Writing, the channel where we explore the inner workings of storytelling. I'm Dr. Stavros Halvatsis. Today, we continue our exciting journey into the world of television, focusing on the iconic character who reshaped the landscape of the anti-hero genre, Tony Soprano. Let's buckle up. The Sopranos, a groundbreaking series that premiered in 1999, introduces us to Tony Soprano, a mob boss struggling with the complications of his life. In the first episode, aptly titled The Sopranos, we're immediately thrust into a world that has come to define the anti-hero. Before we peel back the layers of Tony's character, it's important to acknowledge the impact that The Sopranos has had. The show's success paved the way for characters like Breaking Bad's Walter White and Mad Men's Don Draper by creating a stage for morally ambiguous protagonists who audiences love despite their flaws. Tony Soprano, with his complexities, vulnerabilities and contradictions, sets the standard for what it means to be an anti-hero. From the pilot episode, we're drawn to moments where Tony reveals his feelings, his moments of gentleness and sensitivity. His enthusiasm over the ducks in his pool, for example, is a metaphor for family and the importance he places in it.
Come here, they're trying to fly. Come here, the babies, they're trying to fly.
National Geographic, Dad. Super. You showed us yesterday.
It's great.
His down-to-earth demeanor, evidenced in his clothing or lack of it, and his enjoyment of sharing meals with his family and friends, contrasts sharply with his brutal practices as a mob boss.
You all right?
My leg's broken, the boat's coming through.
Let me see. Ah!
His struggle with anxiety and his panic attacks too is associated more with a character who has suffered cruelty and brutality at the hands of others than with a man who has chosen crime for its own sake. Indeed, Tony's vulnerability revealed in his sessions with Dr. Melfi provides a stark contrast to the hardened exterior we expect to find in a mob boss.
It's good to be in something from the ground floor. I came too late for that. I know. But lately, I'm getting the feeling that I came in at the end.
Tony discusses his mother's manipulative behavior.
All I know is daughters are better at taking care of their mothers than sons.
This not only highlights his vulnerability, but also foreshadows his internal conflicts that will define his character throughout the series. All of this goes some way into making his character more empathetic. Now let's examine 5 characteristics that contribute to our fascination with this complex man in a little more detail. In the first episode, we witness Tony grappling with anxiety attacks. His vulnerability makes him relatable, creating a sense of empathy in the viewer. When he tries to hide behind false bravado, the anxiety that his real job has brought about, we see a side of him that transcends the typical mob boss stereotype.
My understanding from Dr. Cusimano, your family physician, is that you collapsed, possibly a panic attack.
They said it was a panic attack.
You don't agree that you had a panic attack?
Tony's interactions with his family, particularly with his children, showcase a genuine desire for connection.
I'm late, Dad.
Hey, happy birthday.
Thanks, Dad.
The juxtaposition of his role as a father and a mob boss adds layers to his character, making us sympathize with the challenges he faces in maintaining a semblance of normalcy. Surprisingly, Tony possesses a kind of moral compass.
Do you have any qualms about how you actually make a living?
Yeah, I find I have to be the sad clown. Laughing on the outside. Crying on the inside.
This dimension adds depth to his character, challenging the traditional portrayal of mob bosses as completely devoid of ethics. Tony's constant struggle to balance the demands of his criminal life with the desire for a more conventional existence resonates with us. His yearning for a sense of normality mirrors a struggle we all endure one way or another, drawing us into his world despite its criminal underpinnings. The intricate web of relationships that Tony navigates, both in and outside the mob, adds layers of complexity. Whether dealing with his manipulative mother or managing the expectations of his crew, these relationships showcase the multifaceted nature of Tony Soprano. The Sopranos, then, has not only helped to define the anti-hero genre, it has also set the standard for character complexity and narrative depth. As writers, we can draw inspiration from Tony's character to help us create protagonists that challenge the run-of-the-mill stereotypes by our managing the complex tension between likability and moral ambiguity.
Do you feel depressed?
Since the Ducks left.
To sum it all up then, Tony Soprano's character reminds us that even the darkest characters can inspire storytelling brilliance through their complexity. The trick is to show their internal and external struggles in a way that provides glimpses into their humanity.
I was sad to see him go.
When the ducks gave birth to those babies, they became a family.
Well, that's it for now. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, hitting the like and notification buttons, and leaving a comment to share your thoughts and to help the channel grow. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.